for all the people who say, oh, this is an awful place to ride a bike. Well, we're now one of about 400 of the top places in the United States to ride a bike. So this poem is for all the people who see me leaving on a bicycle and say, be careful. You be careful. You're the one driving a car. You might get from point A to point B and not even realize where you are. Bypass every adventure in between. Don't interact with a single human being. Live life sealed off in a tin can, away from any random happening plan. Cars or coffins, we say, because real life happens to us every day. Be careful with your fuel. Get it from a dictator who knows how to rule, because oppression in oil-producing countries increases with the price of gas, while we could have been building a transportation system that could last. Instead, we're funding an empire of global resource grabs. No Iraqis died to fuel my bicycle, we say, because we can choose peace over power for at least one more day. Be careful with your body. Choose to be strong or choose to be floppy. Use it or lose it, because it was built to be moved just a bit more than those boring 30 minutes on a treadmill, or that doctor taking 10-minute appointments to pick out your head pills. I traded my commute in for friends and thrills. There's no bad weather, we say, only bad gear, and your bleeding out fear that keeps you from being out here. Be careful with your money, all of that income just keeping cars running, all of that green just to come between you and your surroundings. Like passing by all the local merchants to fill your car at the big box store. Live free or drive, we say, because we avoid some of those hidden costs every day. By riding my bike to work, I plan to very carefully change the world. I declare freedom from the petroleum-mongering machine. There's no war in Iraq. Fought for my gas. I live on a human scale, and I transport my own ass. So you guys got personal power yet? You guys know what gets you through adversity? I'm going to do one more poem, and then you guys are going to come up here and tell me what gives you strength. So I just told you bicycling gives me strength, poetry gives me strength, being in a community with my city gives me strength, networking gives me a job and strength, being an entrepreneur, those are things that give me power. So I'm going to talk to you about, let's see, I should probably do a mental health poem since it's a mental health event, but I'm bored with my mental health poems. How about, I think I'm going to do a poem about the prairie. How many of you are from parts of the country that involve prairie, like Kansas, Nebraska, Dakotas, parts of Missouri? Well, the prairie, the Tallgrass Prairie, is the most endangered ecosystem in the world. It used to cover the entire Midwest. And the grasses were so tall that you could that you would lose a horse. It was as tall as a horse. And the buffalo were so thick they would stop a train for an hour, and the passenger pigeons would darken the sky for an hour. But the Tallgrass Prairie Preserve is something really incredible. If you ever get a chance to go see it in Cottonwood Falls, Kansas, and Missouri has several state parks dedicated to prairie. And it's really kind of a neat place, but to walk around in those places and say, this is Tallgrass Prairie, is like going to a banana plantation and saying, wow, this is tropical rainforest. So this is my poem about what's left of the Tallgrass Prairie. So this is called, They Never Told Me Kansas Was Beautiful. People of the Southwest wind in your ears and your hair, wind ahead or behind, but always there. The wind resonates in the power lines, booming out the echo of with flower finds, the prairie rides. To every reach of the sky and yet beyond, its seven bird songs on the wind all along, or the butterfly wings that yesterday's thunderstorm brings after all that destruction it cleaned. Let yourself breathe, come to be as the grass starts to steam or smell deep beneath the heat at your knees. Sky stretches what seems like forever. Like, remember, who came before? This continent home to more people than Europe before smallpox. This prairie, a tall grass, buffalo, venison, pigeon plantation, sculpted by fire. Crops controlled by people who knew the land owned them before anyone owned the land. And they told us, when the last buffalo is gone, the last bird from the sky, the last river is poisoned, then you will know you cannot eat money. And the bones of this earth poke through these hills, the last of the prairie saved from being tilled. Skeleton of the world stretches out every evening. The grass is a skin and the sun is receding. Shadows sliding in the wind, cicadas chorusing again. Coyote's heart might still mend.